Alrighty then. Let's rev this back up here. And get back to the process of trying not to commit war crimes. Trying to be ethical and, you know, instead of just killing everything that moves, like we would in a typical strat RPG. We should be getting close to the end of this chapter here. So we should be getting a boss battle soon-ish, probably. Flats Metro is just a short distance from here. The Master is safe. Does this conclude our service obligation? Don't be hasty. Let's discuss it in full detail after we arrive in Flats Metro. Old man, you trying to say you have more tricks up your sleeve? Maybe. Yeah, this chapter has been pretty rough on our ethics meter. We've taken several downgrades, despite there not being any obvious alternative. Hey, you're new around here. What's your name, rank, and unit? Who's that in the cart? Draw a breath, plumber. We're no one from nowhere. As for the cart, blow it out your ass. Ein's doing his best Duke Nukem impression there. Aren't you the new Guerrilla unit that rescued Master Andera? Wow, your exploits have energized the entire Liberation Army. You people are famous. Why, thank you, kind sir. We may call ourselves an army of liberation, but most of us were farmers until recently. I'm not sure we can defeat those highly trained professional killers drawing imperial paychecks. Just keep training, that's the key. Even the best fighters started off as rookies. Hey, get out of my way, idiot. Bruh. Thank you. The heavies are holding a big powwow in the conference room. Everyone said if you showed up to go inside. There. Let's not trigger the cutscene just yet. Let's go see if there's like a shop or something we can top off our gear in. You do the fighting, we'll provide the brain work. While you're killing the enemy, we'll debate political ideologies and draft a government charter. Do the initials FO suggest anything to you, shithead? Why, that's hostile. Heh, hoss style, dog style, any style, limp dick. Where are you hiding the women? Okay, now this, nothing in here except this one building. Alright. Are you those swashbuckling conscripts who've been pretending to be big heroes? Rescuing Master Andera from the Gilmore Island Fortress dungeon doesn't make you a big deal. Are you that effete little slack-jawed admin weenie in the back room pretending to be a soldier? Just because you shuffle more slain trees than a paper boy on a bike doesn't make you special. Hey, you'd better be nice to me if you want those discharge papers. Well, don't worry. I'll give you all the respect you deserve. I understand some of you people want your discharges. Don't lose any sleep over it. Once demented, kill-crazy mercs such as you have served your odious purpose, we will expel you from the Liberation Army without missing a beat. So, just because some of our highly impressionable recruits consider you big heroes now, don't expect this to last. The day will come when you will no longer be welcome. You know something, Scooter? You've just inspired me to be an officer for the first time. Someday I'm gonna achieve a higher rank, come back here, and order you to clean my latrine. Such insolence. You better leave now, or I'll be forced to call the MPs. If you got the balls, why don't you try throwing me out of here yourself? What's your problem? Hey, you started it, bub. Didn't your mom ever tell you not to start something you can't finish? That's it for now. I'm counting on your battle plan to work, Commander Kome. No matter how hard Balformia tries, the enemy will never break our resolve. But they may still try to kill us all. Don't underestimate Cobalt's determination to win. If he can't force us to bow down to him, he may resort to genocide. Especially if he can somehow control that ultimate weapon called the Executor. Yeah, those reports are quite vexing. But if the sword and its would-be wielder are vaporized, surely with your guidance and Kome's military acumen, we will drive the oppressors away. Speaking of military power, I see that the members of Guerrilla Unit 3 have arrived. On behalf of the Liberation Army, I wish to say thank you and extend a hearty welcome. After taking a stroll around your compound, Commander, you could have fooled us. Don't feel bad. I've already observed the attitude that some of my people seem to have. Unfortunately, we must always deal with sourpusses who are resentful of our top warriors. The sort of promised war crimes. I mean, that and the guys using it evaporated into thin air. So we actually don't know where they're at for now. Because the whole building they were in, like, got teleported away or, you know, sent to the Shadow Realm or whatever. Regardless, everyone here still yearns to be free from the yoke of the Empire's dictatorship. Haha. Yeah, you're right. I'd almost forgotten. We've dealt with this before. Oh. So, did you invite us here to thank us properly before handing over our walking papers? Not exactly. But we thought... No, we want you to join the Liberation Army officially and serve until Cobalt is defeated. Alright, I mean, first it was just, you know, go do this little thing. Then it was just go rescue this guy. Then it was just escort that guy to a place. And now it's just one more thing? There's always one more thing you want me to do. I mean, I guess technically they are paying us. So we can't call it slavery, but, because, I mean, we are commissioned officers, so hypothetically we're getting paid. We don't actually see it on the gold screen, but presumably, like, you know, it's assumed that the characters are at least getting paid beer money, you know, or something. We hope to make Scudelia a free sovereign nation, backed by a strong and unified military force. One that is capable of driving back the Empire and repelling a future invasion by anyone. Words. Mere words, old man. Speaking as one who has been accused of having no brains, can't you say, please? Isn't that how people should ask other folks for favors? I don't believe that will be necessary because you've already decided, haven't you? If I were to hand over your discharges right now, I bet you would give them right back. You would choose to remain with the Liberation Army and finish the job you started. You're not quitters, and also, some people have challenged your credentials and made you angry. You feel you have something to prove, even though you don't, and now you can hardly wait. You want to leave this base as soon as possible, return to the field, and tackle your next foe. Exactly. They're paying us in company script that we can use in the mess hall to get some extra mashed potatoes. Am I right, Brian, or what? I don't like it when someone presumes to read our minds, but you are absolutely correct. Like it or not, we now share a common path to our collective goals. So, those of us who attrited from the enemy army will fight for the freedom of a unified Scudelia. In that case, I'll waste no more mere words. We have much work to do. By the way, I know of a particular little spitfire from Reuben who will be highly pleased by your decision. Finally, I am documenting your verbal field commissions and raising your ranks 1 grade. If the Liberation Army is to be a bulwark against foreign aggression, we must formalize our procedures and conduct ourselves as a real army should. Agreed? Roger that. So, am I a captain now? That's right. Which means I outrank those 2 Peckerwoods in your admin. Right again. Any chance you can reassign them to our mobile camp? For what purpose? Well, we're growing like crazy. Swap members out? Yeah, the new people, like, cause yeah, like, just as I was logging off last night, yeah, you were asking about, like, Arby and Connolly and stuff, and I don't know, we're kind of at the point right now where we're kind of just getting used to the team we have. You know, typical strat RPG problem of you get some amount of the way through the game and you just kind of gel with your team and you don't want to change it up anymore unless the new characters that come in later are just wildly OP. You know, or you've still got dead weight characters like Hans in Shining Force 1. But we don't really have any dead weight characters. And, you know, like, Arby, I don't think really brings anything to the party that we don't have already. He's just kind of a generic, another generic fighter. And Connolly is another fragile healer, which we already have 2 of, and I don't think we need a 3rd. But it is nice that everybody gains XP, even if they're not participating. So, like, nobody will ever really fall behind in levels. I mean, as long as we keep achieving mission objectives so everybody gets the bonus XP. Well, we're growing like crazy. We need extra hands to sort of clean up around the place. Haha, those arrogant fops are only acting officers anyway, driving everyone nuts. They act like they're doing us a big favor, just performing the duties we pay them to do. Yes, I have real admin officers ordered in. I'll bust those 2 mugs back down to private and send them packing along with your mobile camp to use however you see fit. All right. And then we've settled that, let's get to work. Hey, that promotion means we're now getting paid a little bit more company script. I got the new manatures and shields ready. Oh, what new shields are there? Because I definitely don't have the new manatures. Like, I haven't even, like, seen all the, like, recent patch notes and stuff for the game. Kieran was a Manitura. Or, Kieran Manitura, oh, and, World Shield, okay. Kieran and Wolfus Manitures. When, yeah, are there, like, patch notes anywhere that I just didn't notice? Because I didn't see that on any, like, the game update screens. Like, the only update I ever saw was the, note about, fighter being nerfed. Kieran Manitura is tradable, really? 100. Whoa. And Serb comes from the Alchemy Lab. Well, I'm assuming these are like 1 in a trillion drop rates, so I will just never get either of them. And I haven't, and you know, World Shield. I mean, that'll never happen in a million years. Because why would anything nice ever happen? I'm still missing a lot of shields. I don't have the Malice shield. I don't have the Kieran shield or the Dong shield. I don't have the Atom shield. Lustrous Wall, I don't even know which one that one is. Oh, that's Horus. I don't have Horus. Gold Shield from Galleon, I do not have that one. Moonhill, I don't have from, I guess, Diaspora, don't have that. Subaha Shield, definitely do not have that. New World Shield, can you trade for that one? No. New World Shield, okay, well that one I definitely don't have. And Anima Shield, definitely do not have that one either. Oh, you gotta do Anima Core for that. Oh, and I'm sure the drop rate is roughly equal to a gold brick, so, yeah. Yeah, those are just more things I will never get. Because, you know, why would anything nice ever happen? And thus, we expected to conclude our mission once we escorted Andera safely to Flats Metro, the main headquarters of the Arcadian Liberation Army. We continued to toy with the idea of demanding our long-anticipated discharge papers, only to submit finally to the inevitable, a formal induction into the Liberation Army. Generally speaking, we loathed organized armies, especially the one we recently abandoned. But Master Andera had charmed us in some mysterious way, and Kome kept raising our pay. We figured the only way to escape those chasing us would be to help establish peace. Oh, Fa Zero solo quest is available. Ooh. Very nice. Process that would likely elude us until we drove the Balformian army out of Scudelia, which I assume I can probably do on light. Area 6. Intrigue in the Holy Land. Month of November in year 3 of the new century. Andera Balzark, recently freed from the Empire's Gilmore Island Fortress dungeon, was designated chairman of a newly established legislative body called the Arcadian Council. Many deliberations inside council chambers were unfathomable to the general public. However, the dual realities of spreading peace and freedom resonated in all stratas of Arcadian society. Alright, we must be getting ready to dive into hell because we're going to go spread some democracy. The Liberation Army grew by leaps and bounds in terms of both personnel and finances. One by one, all the cities and villages from the central to the northern regions rose up in one huge groundswell and expelled the Balformian army from their midst. Yeah, not realizing, I was farming Foz 0 back when I was, like, rank 325 or something. Maybe less than that, even. Like, barely 300. Alright. Had that raid cleared on, like, day 2 or something. Yeah, 500-pound bundles of democracy. But pockets of Balformian control remained. So once again, we embarked on a campaign. Our orders: free Pope Omat, the leader of the unified church in the Holy Land of Kuel. Our mission was merely a feint to create the illusion that Pope Omat was joining with Arcadia. The Arcadian Council calculated that an appearance of an alliance with the Pope would bluff the Balformian Senate into rearranging its force disposition, maneuvers that would benefit the strategic posture of the Arcadian Liberation Army. Pope Omat was likely oblivious to the fact that he was being used as a decoy, and we were not happy to be diverted from what we considered conventional military operations. Nevertheless, we marched toward Lake Kuel, a region ruled by Commodore Bart Balthucas. As all of you have been briefed previously, the rescue of Master Endera Balzark has inspired those upstarts in the Resistance. The rebels are conspiring to launch a massive attack against the Empire's assets in Scudelia. One might even say they are trampling on the mercy of the Phantom of Faust. Nevertheless, their recent flash-in-the-pan successes are about to be crushed for good. We shall marshal all necessary force to preserve the peace. The rebels will be chastised. Any citizen who breaches the peace will be charged with treason against the Empire. No exceptions. We will not tolerate such mischief from anyone. With their dying breath, these resistance fools will salute the power of the Phantom of Faust. Stop it. Is this justice? Is this sound politics within the rule of law? Under the tenets of the Phantom of Faust, doesn't preserving the peace include saving the weak? That is the ideal of the Phantom of Faust, is it not? To which you now pay only lip service? Did billions die in the Millennium War just so we could eschew peace and resume genocide? Yes. Richard, appeasers such as you foment instability and unrest on Mildred Scars. You speak of ideals and peace, but in your youthful ignorance, what do you know of these? I know this. You rob people's lives and have lost the word mercy from your vocabulary. Is this why you admire your proud empire as a pillar of greatness in the world? Are you a prideful dragonoot? Or have you been irrevocably corrupted by the Golnareems? You go too far. Seize him! This man is a traitor. I want him bound in chains. Father, what is the meaning of this? Richard, you talk too much. You may be my son, but I cannot make exceptions. Therefore, you will serve as an example. To maintain the peace, I will order your execution under the military law of the Empire. But father, wait a minute. If you would do this to me, then you're no longer my father. Lord Balthucas, you are wrong to suppress the voices of dissent in this manner. Now, this Bart guy isn't messing around. The route to the Holy Land of Kuel is dangerous because it passes the Empire's base camps. If the Liberation Army solves our bandit problem, we will support the movement. Bandit problem, you say? Alformia's troops don't bother our small village because we pose no threat. However, knights who become jobless following the Millennium War prey upon us for their every need. Alright, we got a shop here. This is good. We can refill our supplies. Maybe get some weapon upgrades? Oh, welcome, sir. Are you a real customer? Why do you ask? Well, you see, my store has been robbed by the bandits over and over. Because of that, I may be forced to abandon my shop, move away, and try to start over. Would you please buy something for cash and help me survive? Sorry, I only have Venmo. Let's see, Byhander is 20 power. Okay. Samurai sword. Claymore, 24 power. Chrome Lance, Trident. Ooh, alright, we got some nice weapon upgrades. Alright. Alright, we definitely need some food packs. Ein can also use a samurai sword, but no, we'll just go for the delicious claymore with more power. Admittedly, it's an extra like 300 bucks for that extra 2 power, but honestly, 2 power is a pretty big bump in this game. Alright, she cannot use either of those. Ooh, 20 power on that trident. Very nice. Jeddah just honestly can wait. He already does so much freaking damage. These bandits call themselves the Knights of Chris. Who the hell is Chris? Bandit leader Lance is said to be so cruel he kills his own henchmen over nothing. I heard he once drilled a guy because the fellow's snoring kept him awake. Our village of Bilm is spared from harassment by the Balformian army because an officer by the name of Richard has ordered his troops to respect our rights. However, he refuses to protect us from other invaders, so a bandit gang is taking advantage. No one is strong enough or willing to bring these bandits to justice, so we're stuck. Don't worry, Mayor. We'll find some way to rid this region of the bandit problem. This will prove to the people that the Liberation Army not only lets them live in peace, it uses whatever means are necessary to protect their homes from outside aggression. Zagatai Khan. Jagatai Khan. That is actually not a Primarch that I remember. What chapter is he Primarch of? Hold on, Ein. Before you commit us to such a mission, we should discuss this in private. Take it easy, man. If Emblem is part of that new country everyone's talking about, it's part of our response. The White Scars. Okay. It's part of our responsibility. If we don't protect this village from thievery, who will? Hey, everyone, listen to me. Some people in this town just told me about midnight raids by a violent gang of thugs. I want to go with you and help teach these bandits a lesson. Listen, old-timer, we've let you tag along. Even with no special attacks, you're pretty strong. Why don't you go find yourself a rocking chair while we iron out the details? Oh, will you really help save this village by driving away the bandits? Alright, but my exec and I should have returned to camp and discussed it with our boss. I could sense any mountain his men. Fighting chaos, demons, and traitors. He would end them himself. Their hideout is high in the mountains just east of this village. Good luck and be sure to come back in one piece. So, It's like, hey there, Private. It seems your conviction and devotion to the Empire wavered there for half of a nanosecond. Time to turn you into a fine red mist. Alright, let's hope we can get some ethics points from massacring these bandits. When is the captain returning? Dunno. He should be back any moment, I believe. How long are we going to tolerate this situation? Beats me. I don't have any idea, but it really sucks. Anyway, how can a knight be true to his code, living this way without a lord in his estate? The captain said to be patient and everything would return to normal, but I haven't seen signs. Neither have I, but what choice do we... Shh! Someone's coming. Hey, you two clowns. What? Yeah, you. What's this crap we've been hearing about broken down knights from the war? So now you're just a bunch of brigands and night raiders out terrorizing the countryside? Honestly, for the mastery raids, I think it's better to just put up a 6-man train co-op room, and just let that run. You know, honestly, do that for each of them every day from now until you have 250 of each book, so, you know, every day for like 6 months. And that should work. Plus, you know, I've had actually pretty bad luck when hosting mastery raids, of like 3 or 4 wanpons coming in, and then the raid stalling out at like 5%. Yeah, you people are a disgrace to the code of knighthood. Well, I wouldn't have believed it if I hadn't seen it with my own eyes. Sheesh. Whoa, who the hell are you? Arcadian Liberation Army. Surrender immediately or be put to the sword. Also, I still need 1,000,000 M3 raids, so, like, book raids are not even an immediate concern for me. Damn it, Captain Lance. He's never around when the shit starts flying. Hey, who needs the captain? We can handle these interlopers on our own, can't we? Yeah, let's show them the true power of the Knights of Sir Chris. Huh? Sir Chris? Nah, can't possibly be the same guy. Hello? The cave. Battle formation. The enemy is at our doorstep. Humph. More brave souls who teach us lessons by scurrying into holes. Halt, you dirty crooks. How dare you insult the honor of our knighthood? Let's just sit this one out for a few turns and see how badly these bastards want to die. Okay, so, because we brought Chris along, we should be able... that was probably all we really had to do to get a full ethics win. And yeah, these guys are actually, okay, we got a couple of stormtroopers, and also just some, like, level 1 troopers. So yeah, we are, yeah. Clearly just no reason to fight here. Though, that reminds me, I should probably, host some Karendongs, huh? You know what? Actually, just put this window over here. Let's, I'm actually gonna go toss up a, Karendong here. And I'll post the code in chat, momentarily. Because we got a, this battle's not really, too involved. Oh, nice, the trident. Alright, I wasn't sure if the trident was going to be a spear or a lance. It is a spear. And it is explicitly better than both alternatives. So then the knights can sell off their other weapons with no worries. And yeah, there's the Karen Dong code in chat. Yay! Mission accomplished. And everybody got 30 XP. And Chris very appropriately leveled up. And hopefully gets us up to Griffin. Dan leveled up. 59, 18, 30. Connolly leveled up. Very nice. Connolly actually got an attack stat boost? Really? This is horrible. Must we wage war this way? We didn't get an upgrade for that? You were right. They aren't worth fighting. Huh, what a bunch of losers. Falling all over each other, trying to be the first one out of here. People have invaded my privacy. Now you will be severely punished. Is there an echo in here, or have we heard that one before? Big talk from the ringleader of a bunch of dirty crooks who are too lazy to work for a living. So, draw your weapons, smartass, and we'll see who gets punished. Well, maybe... Hey, wait a darn minute. Are you who I think you are? Are you people members of the notorious Guerrilla Unit 3 from the Liberation Army? In a word, yes. On guard, bandit. I will teach you the true code of knighthood. You, at last. You are Sir Chris? I wasn't even sure if you were still alive. You know my name? Who are you? I don't have any acquaintances who rob defenseless civilians. I'm Lance, don't you remember? You are our captain. We need you. Without your leadership, we don't know where to go or what to do. Please help us. No, I don't remember you, nor do I know where you should go. I just follow the captain. Oh no, your memory's gone. After all I went through to get here, I find you like this. It's like Sir Chris doesn't even exist anymore. A whole different person in his body. Sorry about all the pain I caused the villagers. Please convey my apologies to them. If you call yourself a man, you'll pay full restitution, starting with the weapon shop. You're right, of course. From this day forward, I shall embark on a path of true chivalry. Farewell, Liberation Army. I guess I underestimated the power of the Liberation Army. You have my gratitude. From now on, people in this village may live peacefully. Everyone believes the Liberation Army is weak, just a paper tiger with no real teeth. You people, on the other hand, appear capable of defeating anyone the Empire sends. Thanks to you, we don't need to worry about bandits anymore. Thank you, come again. Alright, let's see if Dong and Kieran actually dropped anything of value. I'm sure they did not, but, you never know. Ugh. I flipped a Dong selfie. But... What the hell? My host chest was a freaking golden ream. Like, why is that able to be a host chest drop? Normally, it's, like, you know, a guaranteed, like, gold anima. That's a whole step down by an order of magnitude, because a gold ream is just a regular anima. God, what an absolute jip. I didn't know the host chest could actually be that awful. Or maybe that was the MVP chest, actually. And, yeah, because the Dong selfie just got, auto-converted so it doesn't say what chest it came from. But, yeah, it's nothing. If you want to learn more about the Holy Temple in Lake Kuel, see the Elder in Van Buddha. Van Buddha? He makes regular pilgrimages to the temple to pray. Like, what else do you do in the temple? Well, change money, I guess. Kuel is no place for soldiers of fortune who are bristling with deadly weapons. I'm really surprised to hear that you defeated the bandits. Would really like to get some ethics points, please. I really don't want my units quitting on me. Ah, you controlled the bandits by allowing them to join you? That's a new one. Unbelievable. Alright, let's go ahead and drop a save real quick. Alright, Valley of Ramo. This is where all the armpit Mikos live. These are crack troops under Commodore Bart's command. Why have they been detailed here? We have orders to annihilate your irregular Guerrilla unit and the entire Liberation Army. Two options. Either surrender unconditionally and be executed under the laws of the Empire, or meet a similar fate here, in which the wounded and captured will face slow, torturous deaths. It's too late to turn back. Now you can see why the Liberation Army selected you. Prepare for an all-out assault. My order is to liquidate this foe who would give no quarter. Wonder if we can just take out the leader and win instantly. He's trying to hide over there. Well, we have a solution to that. Nice crit. 33 damage, very good. 10 XP. We take those. I'm really hoping that we can just end the battle by killing the leader. Oh, really? The only way he could have possibly survived that. Impertinent fools. Yeah, Quadra Slice. Holy frig. If Jeddah ends up eating it, we'll actually just reload a save. Because we got kind of... We got kind of gypped on this one, I feel. Ugh. Yeah. We're just gonna reload. Because it does seem like our units getting killed might be bad for our ethics meter. It only like, we've only really noticed it once. But we had a fight where it seemed like we did the ethical thing, but one of our units died. Like, we got the mission complete bonus reward, and we had a bunch of enemies left alive at the end. But our meter went down. So... Oh, that's a much better outcome. Having Quadra Slice. Oh, he gets to do this twice. We might be able to just blast him with one hit. We have... Oh, and Shane got a 0 stat level up. That's fine. He's already quite strong, so it's all good. Alright, let's just kick him in the face. $41 XP for Royce. Ugh, I can't believe you defeated me. Nope, that did not end the battle. Well, shit. Alright, so I guess we do have to actually kill all these guys. Laproon84, welcome to the program. Yeah, we will, show these guys the true meaning of ethical gameplay. Game actually lags a little bit when there are this many characters on screen. We don't have a good AoE to use. What was that quote from earlier with the the greatest achievement of the computer software industry is wiping out all of the amazing gains made by the computer hardware industry. You know, you look at some older, like, Famicom and Super Famicom era games, and code was optimized, you know, down to, you know, saving like, single-digit processor cycles, because it made a difference. Ooh, Chris is almost cooked. You know, an individual subroutine might only, you know, take 5 or 8 processor cycles, but when that subroutine runs 50 times per frame on a CPU that's 1.6 megahertz, you know, that adds up. Also, I'm amused that the actual CPU on a Famicom or NES is actually an unlicensed bootleg version of the Motorola 6502, with just one feature on the core disabled to skirt patent laws, so that Nintendo wouldn't get sued for patent infringement. Because, you know, Nintendo certainly knows a thing or two about patent law, as we've discovered recently. Whoa. Demolished. But, you know, you compare, like, that level of optimization to Randy Pitchford, you know, saying that if you're dropping frames on Borderlands 4, it's because you're not a premium enough player. Remember, his name is Pitchford because playing one of his games for 5 minutes makes you want to pitch yourself in front of a Ford. Oh, not quite enough damage for the one-shot. Also, holy cow, I find Borderlands games so unbearably boring and uninteresting. Even the quote-unquote good games in this series, I find tremendously bad. Like, my complaints with Borderlands are twofold. One, there are no actual character builds, because you just, as you level up, you just, you know, keep putting points into the tree you picked at the beginning, and just max out that tree. And level ups don't actually matter, because enemies are just always your level. So, as you level up, your numbers get incrementally bigger, but the enemies' numbers also get incrementally bigger, so it all just balances out. And upgrades don't matter. You know, the only stat on a gun is the item level. Everything else is irrelevant. Also, because you always have infinite shields and infinite health, it is completely impossible to die in those games. You know, as long as you can duck behind a box for 10 seconds, you're immortal. So, yeah, stats also don't matter because you can't lose. Ooh. Well, we are definitely not immortal. We do not have infinite health in this game. Ooh. Big titty elf healer. Always nice to watch her cast some spells. Oh, these ranked sats are no joke. They actually hit pretty hard. Ein's gonna die if he doesn't retreat. Enemies will 100%, or unless we heal him. Alright, we can do it this way. Alright, we'll wave impulse this one. This will kill this one. And we should be able to block the pathway of the others. They should... Enemies should hopefully just dogpile Brian for a round. At least long enough for us to start picking them off. Good level for Brian there. That's fine. We'll hit back with Dan's AoE, and that should soften the next round a good bit. Yeah, hammer swing. We'll straight up kill the two troopers. Whoa, die, all of you. 41 damage on the Rhinesat. Okay, good. Yeah. Nice. 51 XP, very good. Alright, that's going to solve a lot of problems. Then we got two more, we got two, zombos waiting in the wings still. Okay, and going after Brian, that's exactly what we expected. No surprise there. Does like 13 or... Oh! And Brian dodges. Based. That was a good dodge. That is going to pay some dividends. Yeah, we got these Cyclopses down here. Those are nothing new. We know how to deal with those guys. Alright, Jenny, finish this thing off. Come on. Alright, Chris, take on the Cyclops. Should do a pretty good chunk. 25. No? It's a chunk. Actually, wait. Jetta. Yeah, let's focus on taking down these things. $29 damage. Okay, 69. Nice. As it goes over to bonk Brian. It'll do some damage, but not enough to actually matter. Yeah, 8 points, whatever. Alright, Ein, you can finish it off. But yeah, like that kind of level scaling in Borderlands is also one of the reasons why I don't like most Bethesda games. I mean, that and they have never playtested anything. I think they're actually religiously opposed to playtesting. Nice. Exactly the right amount of damage. Good job, Royce. And level up for Jenny. He'll heal himself to delay the inevitable. Alright, hopefully this doesn't cost us another... Because I'm pretty sure we're gonna have characters start leaving if we get downgraded again on the ethics meter. Mission accomplished. 50 XP, very nice. This is horrible. Oh yeah, they don't want us to go any lower, but but like, the game isn't giving us opportunities to go higher on the meter, so like, what are we supposed to do? I mean, other than just tread water, I guess. Alright, in the forest. Can we please get a battle that's not just kill everybody? Hey, Commander Kome. Does the enemy have a major base of operations in this region? Not according to intelligence. The Empire must have inserted these troops in advance, giggity giggity. They see us. Here they come. We can't complete our mission unless we remove this obstacle first. Destroy them all. Okay. I mean... just another kill everybody mission. I think we can, what might be the fastest thing is actually just go, around to the right. If some of the enemies want to run up the middle, that's fine. We will not be doing that. I don't feel like that choke point is super conducive to our success. $36 damage, okay. A couple of those idiots really want to go around the long way. $31, nice. There's another Ken trooper down there. We don't want to mess with him. And he will probably one-shot Shane. So we do need to be very careful about our positioning. And we basically need to get the drop on him and just delete him off the planet before he gets to take a turn. So yeah, that Quadra Strike special they have is no joke. Alright, we'll geek the mage first. That's, you know, it's always important to geek the mage. Yeah, the wyverns are not that scary. They've got a very spoopy graphic. I mean, they look sick as hell. But yeah, they're not scary. Like, I would totally put these wyverns in a D&D game. And with all the guns and stuff on them, I would like step them as more like flying bone golems. You know, so make them constructs instead of actual undead. Yeah, like does turn undead even work? Also, yeah, does it do damage or is it just an instant kill? Um. Alright, let's see here. Ein needs like one more space. Okay. I know Jeddah can take one hit from this guy. Okay, it was only 20 damage that time. Alright. I mean, that'll still kill on the next hit, but... you know, could have been a lot worse. There we go. Alright. And level up for Shane. Solid level there. Just get Ein topped off in case he gets shot by the cannon. Nice. Alright, level up for Ein. Very good. Yeah, he'll take one pot shot at Ein, but it won't matter. And yeah, Bolt Breath just demolishes these things. Waiting for this remaining Dullahan to take his turn so we can move in on him, but he just does not want to take a turn. There we go. Mission accomplished. Alright. 40 XP. Jenny leveled up. Nice. Eris leveled up. Very nice. And Jetta leveled up. Good level there. Ooh. Oh yeah, no, that was right. That was right. Yeah, this is kind of making me want to play through Vandal Hearts in the foreseeable future. Last time I played Vandal Hearts was actually back on the PlayStation. Back when it was still the PSX, not the PS1, because there was no PS2 yet. Yeah, Vandal Hearts is pretty good. You know, as far as strat RPGs go, the only two problems it has: one, getting the secret ending 100% requires a strategy guide, and following that strategy guide step by step for the entire game. Because there's a laundry list of missable things that you need to get. That you would never ever think to do. And difficulty from one battle to the next is just a completely nonsensical roller coaster. You know, battles go from piss easy to ball busting to piss easy almost completely at random, it seems. And what'd you get? Oh, you got the Woofus miniature. How many creation goodies did you have to blow through to get that? I saw Marone got it earlier too. So I wonder if you guys just both got lucky or if it's actually pretty common. 3K points. Oh, come on. Gotta actually maybe. I'm trying to. 15 attempts for 17k points. I got a double points event twice. All your Grand Order and Akasha mats. I mean, just in time to probably need them for something else, right? Because that's how that works. Which path should we take, Commander Kome? Lake Kuel is to the west. We will pass through Ban Buddha on the way. Lake Kuel is just a bit further. Religious sites creep me out. Why don't I sit this one out and bamboozle whatever the hell? It's Ban Buddha, bozo. And don't be a wuss. We're all exhausted from this forced marching. Hey, you. We're the Arcadian Liberation Army. What's your name, rank, and serial number? Lieutenant General Robert Magritte, 3rd Troop Belformian Army? Where are you heading? To Ban Buddha? What is your serial number? Did you say Baba Ban Buddha? What's the matter, bub? Speech impediment? Try enunciating. Huh. Hey. You say what one more goddamn time? I dare you. I double dare you, motherfucker. Yeah. What's your reason for clopping along to Baba Black Sheep Ban Buddha? I happen to be reporting to the Security Bureau Headquarters Chief that... Does we shame him? Come on, you're burning daylight. Spit it out. Okay, the execution of ritual will be carried out on schedule. Empire's killing Richard. Lord Bart's son, Richard? You can't be serious, man. I'm dead serious. Richard will be executed in the village of Bad for high treason. Against Bart's will? No, Bart brought the charges himself due to Richard criticizing the Empire's policy publicly. All of this adds up to something mighty unusual going on somewhere in the background. Getting into mandatory sensitivity training. Yup, that's those were some very unethical comments he made. That's I'd say that's not how we do things around here, but right now our meter is kind of low, so right now that is actually kind of how we do things around here. How far is Bad Village from where we stand now? Gosh, Ein, that's where Alnos arrested me for striking a superior officer. It's not too far from here, just a bit to the east. Oh, I see. Must bring back bad memories. Yep, none of us would be here right now if I had not protested the raid on those civilians. Oh my god, you're Captain Brian of Guerrilla Unit 3? Change of plans, team. We're marching to Bad Village. What about me? Well, I could cripple you for life to keep you from squawking. No. Or we could let you go. If we see you on our path again, say goodbye. Gotcha. I'm out of here. Alrighty, let's go see if we can maybe get some ethics points here for rescuing Richard. Hosting some class mastery raids, maybe after stream time's over, because I want to actually be able to pay attention to those raids. I don't just want to full out of them because I know I'll explode. And I'd like to actually get like a 6-man train going for those. We heard that Richard Baltukas was being held here, pending his execution for high treason. Unbelievable that one of the 4 Commodores is killing his own son for your stupid empire. What? That's impossible! Liberation Army has arrived at Bad Village. Alright, our chance to shine. We'll line the path to Richard's execution with their corpses. We must beat these soldiers and save Richard. If he opposes the Empire, he may help us, too. The intelligence we could gain from someone in Richard's position is of inestimable value. Destroy the 6 troopers, and the others will lose their will to fight. Alright. We have a specific task here. Troopers. 1, 2... Alright, so we leave the wyverns and the healers alone, and just focus on the horses. Good, they are being adequately aggressive. And, you know, we should be able to actually, as long as we don't kill anything that we're not supposed to kill, we should be able to get some ethics points here. And yeah, this, yeah, this, like, used to be a village. The, But yeah, at the very beginning of the game, this was a town, and the story basically got started when Brian's army unit was in this town committing a bunch of war crimes, basically turning the town into what we see now. And, you know, he was sick of committing war crimes, and so that was when he deserted and the plot started. We have 2 Ken troopers we need to be mindful of. Once again, we will need to just spike those guys into the ground as fast as possible so they don't delete us. Well, it was the first time they had done it to this town, but they had already razed a bunch of other similar towns to the ground pretty much for the lulz. Alright, let's look at our formation here. That's oof. That's kind of a bad combo. We got a mage right there and the 2 big troopers. The regular stormtroopers we're not worried about. How do we want to approach this? Alright, yeah, I need the big guys to move in. Or for the mage to move in so we can counter the damage with a heal. Make sure, I don't necessarily want Jenny that far up. Yes, that's what we wanted to see. Alright. Delete this idiot. Should easily overkill him. Bonk. Oh, yeah. Ooh, alright. Mage throwing down a big spell here. It's an 18-point spell, alright, with a big AoE. Oh, 8 hull damage. The Ken troopers specifically, yeah, because they have that quadra slice or special attack. Like those guys, I have to not disrespect. The mages do have some spells that are a little spoopy, depending on who they hit. Yeah, when we first got Stormtroopers, was like at a chapter change, and so there was a little power spike amongst the enemies. Alright, this should hopefully pull the troopers out of hiding on the next round, with Jenny that far out. Alright, Brian goes over here. Smashes the other big guy. And that should remove pretty much 100% of the danger from the map. And should really just be cleanup at this point. And this will hopefully move us up, back up to Griffin Emblem. Which is Still 2 down from max, but at least we won't be in the danger zone of losing our good guy units. Let's see. Alrighty. Gotta be careful not to stack up or we'll get massacred by magic damage. Well, he was just a stinky mage anyway, so I don't mind. I probably would have benched him by now anyway. Did 11 damage that time. Okay, so there is a decent range of rolls on that. But probably nothing we need to really worry about. Alright, that knight is still up there. But yeah, it reminds me of one of the Saturn game Dragon Force, not to be confused with the Through the Fire and the Flames band. Where your various generals would actually get fed up and quit your army if you did not like adequately award them medals and stuff for their successes. And some characters were more temperamental than others. In fact, there was one general in particular who, under normal circumstances, you could not recruit. The only way to get him was have him be currently enlisted with one of the other factions at the time when you finish conquering that faction and absorb the whole army into your own. Then you would absorb him, as well. But you had to award him a medal after every single battle. Or, you know, on every... at the end of every week, or however the timetable in that game worked. Every cycle. Yeah, you had to award him a medal, or he would quit. And the thing is, you can only... You know, there is a finite number of medals you can give to any one character, so eventually you just won't be able to give him any more awards, and then he'll quit. Because you will have completely maxed out his award list. And he was not even an especially good unit, so it's not like there was any reason to try to keep him around. He was a very generic fighter. There we go. Alright. Mission end. Alright, 682 bucks. Very nice. 40 XP across the board. Very nice. Nice level up. Nice level up. Another one. Aww. There we go. Okay. Our emblem got upgraded to Griffin, as expected. Are you soldiers really a lead element of the Liberation Army? As unlikely as it must seem, we are indeed Getty, a Unit 3 of the Arcadian Liberation Army. My name is Brian. I'm the field captain of this unit. Who are you? I am Richard Balticus, formerly a regiment commander in the Balformian Army. However, my father, Lord Bart, one of the 4 Commodores, charged me with treason. I was court-martialed, stripped of my rank and position, and sentenced to death. My own father presided over the military tribunal. Would you be willing to share with us why this happened? I don't wish to discuss it at this time. Just go after my father and bring him to justice. Stop him before he fouls the soil of Mildras Gars with more innocent blood. Well, for your sake, our arrival in Bad Village must have seemed to come at a good time. Yes, it did. How might I repay you? You could come with us and help bring the entire Balformian Empire to justice. My pleasure, War God. War God Kome. I was a dead man, and you gave me back my life. I've been following your exploits for quite some time. To put it succinctly, the Empire is scared. But the Phantom of Faust has become so twisted, I don't understand it anymore. To mount an offensive against Lord Bart was inconceivable just a short time ago. This is a momentous occasion. Let's get going. We have much work to do. How is Kome a war god? You know, he's more of a big picture ideas kind of guy, you know? Kind of like Nova, or Astral. Alright, let's take a look at Richard's stats. 3724. Oh, apparently you can just rename units. Okay, that's cool. Yeah, 30... At 3724, he fits... God, I wish I could just replace Ein with him. I mean, he's a strictly better version of Ein. Who do we drop for Richard? Like, I don't want to ditch Dan, but Dan is so slow that it's physically hard to use him. Richard only has 36 HP, also. Unlike, as opposed to Dan's 62. Actually, Richard has the same class. He might have the same, lack of movement. So... I have no earthly idea, honestly. Although, that's actually, that would make sense, because, like, fire, wind, lightning, earth. Maybe. But I would expect there to be an I there for ice. Yeah, I have no idea what those are supposed to mean. Eris takes so little magic damage that might be a thing. No, Jet is kind of weak to some magic. So I don't know. Yeah, I have no earthly idea. I also feel like, I don't know, having Richard on the battlefield might be useful at some point. I don't know if there's like character-specific dialogue that might pop up for having him in the lineup. So far, that hasn't really been a thing. So like, I don't think so. Alright, we get to town here. You Liberation Army worms. Too youthful and insignificant for me to even waste my sweat. Richard. So now, you want to participate in yet another miscarriage of Empire justice? Yeah, if Dan can actually get in range, he's great. He's far and away my most defensively sturdy unit. And he's our only AoE, yeah. So yeah, I don't want to get rid of him, but man, it's just so... Everybody else is so much faster than him, is the problem. He ends up just stuck in the back trying to play catch-up. Like, this is the problem that you end up having in, like, Shining Force 2 with some of the later characters, like Claude and Zinc. You get a lot of big, heavy, slow guys towards the latter half of the game, and they're just unusable because everybody else moves so much faster. You know, by the time Claude is able to get in range to think about hitting an enemy, Peter has already soloed the entire map. Have you no pride, my former son? You would humiliate our family by consorting with rebels? Hey, you pompous old fart. Draw a breath, then your blade, and let your weapons speak. Weren't you listening? I did not come to the holy city gates to deliver justice to Richard. If by some miracle Richard and his worthless friends someday rise to my level of power, then I will balance the scales of jurisprudence by awarding each of you an honorable death. Until then, I shall look forward to that day with unmitigated anticipation. Ha 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 ha! Ellipsis. Well, Brian, are we pursuing that arrogant windbag son of a bitch or what? Nah. We should not brawl with one of the 4 Commodores in front of the townspeople. Even though Lord Bart just won a major propaganda battle. He what? Yeah. Yeah, that old guy better be careful, or he might slip in the shower and fall on a sword or 3. He what? Hey, I stood up to him. That's not the point. Don't you see, Ein? If Lord Bart was able to kill us outright, all he would do is eliminate a dozen soldiers. He would soon be forgotten. Instead, Bart made the liberation movement appear meaningless. What if we had killed him on the spot? Then we would appear as chaotic as the Empire. The people would see no difference in our ways. We must fight Bart on our terms, away from public scrutiny, then bring change in unshocking ways. First, we'll complete our present mission, then train hard before we confront Lord Bart again. So don't fret. That man's day will come, as surely as the sun rises in the east. If only I wasn't such a hothead, maybe I could, No, my friend, don't ever change. None of this would be possible without you. What if you had never come to my prison cell following the Bad Village fiasco? Together, I believe we can achieve anything. When the battle comes, you'll see. Wise decision. My father does talk a lot, but don't make the mistake of underestimating him. Lord Bart is a great warrior. And he has always been a very dangerous man when angered. I should know. So please, be careful, Captain Brian. The Empire has deployed more security forces to the Holy City. I hope the Pope is safe. Our Pope, who resides in the holy city of Lake Cule, is one of the wisest men in the world. He seems to possess a mystical knowledge about everything that is happening on Mildras Scars. Did you see that suspicious-looking man wandering around? He was toting a strange weapon. The Pope is perfectly ethical. Popes are always ethical in JRPGs. Yeah, Yeah, JRPGs never, revolve around the trope of the totally not Catholic Church is actually super evil and summoning the devil. Yeah, Breath of Fire 2 was just an outlier in that regard. The evil Cobalt is trying to force the Pope into siding with the Balformian Empire. Are you visiting the temple? If so, watch out for the Empire's security forces. In fact, I would recommend that you stay away from the holy city. You'll live longer. Hey, old man. That's a strange-looking weapon you have there. What do you call that thing? Oh, it's totally not Lyle. Just because I'm more handsome than you doesn't mean you can insult me by calling me old. Anyway, my special weapon is not for sale, unfortunately. But if you have other needs, I may be able to help you out. Hello, my name is Stinger. I'm a jack of all trades and maybe even a master of a few. Whatever I can't solve with my vast knowledge, I can fix really quickly with this gadget here. The latest in high-tech ordnance, developed in a special lab back on the mainland. Sorry, pal, if you don't have something we can use that's better than what we have, you're useless to us. So I see you Liberation Army people carry the independence thing all the way, huh? That's who you are, right? If I were you, I'd be really careful wandering around the Holy City. Or the Balformian army might nab you. Don't lose any sleep over it. Last thing we need is a warning from a shopkeeper. Well, break a leg then. If you really want to proceed to Lake Kuel, ask the old mayor. You'll find him on the floor above the tavern, the only person who can open the south gate. I do need weapons and supplies. I would love a discount. If you want to pass through the south gate, only the mayor has a key. Just so you'll know, the Empire warned him not to open the gate for anyone. The Empire has occupied the Holy City. I wonder why. The Church poses no military threat. This is not good, I'm telling you. Could this be the beginning of the end? To reach Lake Kuel, you must climb many stone steps, but the Empire has sealed the gate. No one's allowed to visit the Holy City anymore. Are you the mayor? Were you sent here by the Liberation Army? That's correct. We're seeking an audience with the Pope in the Holy City of Kuel. Various people have told us you have the only key to the South Gate. Well, the Empire ordered me to keep that gate closed and allow no one to pass through it. However, everyone's really worried about the Pope's safety, so I'll open it for you. Really appreciate it. If you do manage to speak to the Pope, I have a message I want you to deliver. Please tell him to schedule a public appearance so everyone will stop worrying about him. We have laser cannons and yeah, and like because it's more ethical that way. Yeah, that's the ticket. You know, our swords are, you know, a more elegant weapon from a more, what's the line? From a more civilized era. Alright. Troops are coming down to meet us at the gate. Not another sealed gate. The structure appears quite sturdy. Does anyone have any suggestions? How about that guy with the shoulder-mounted, like, Stinger missile. Hey, Pops, you're the man with the plan. That is, if you want us to complete the mission. So get cracking and come up with some way for us to breach this damn gate. Why don't we just march back into town and see if someone there knows how to open it? More walking. Damn it, we're spinning in circles. Come on, Supreme Commander Kome. You're supposed to be the brains of this outfit. Well, maybe we can find some other way to enter the holy city of Lake Kuel. If only our one cargo dragon hadn't gone down. Huh. That was original, old man. Stuck out here in the middle of nowhere. Ha, you people are pathetic. Huh? Yep, too damned lazy and proud to walk back to town and ask for assistance. Oh, it's that loudmouth shopkeeper. Didn't I tell you I had talents that exceeded those of a typical arms dealer? Does one of those skills include the knowledge of how to open this gate? Piece of cake for someone in possession of my high-tech ordnance from the mainland. Why, I can blast through this obstacle with one blow. Well, put your money where your mouth is, braggart. Whoa, Chumley, not so fast. I have a request first. What do you want? To join the Liberation Army? Guerrilla Unit 3, specifically? Well, I was planning to join the Balformian army, but the tide is shifting, wouldn't you agree? And the greater profit appears to lie with the advancing side, not the retreating army. As for units, this one appears to be where the action is, so yeah, will you take me aboard? Maybe, but if you expect to profit, then you must lay out some venture capital in advance. How much? Your ticket into this unit may be purchased by opening the gate. You got yourself a deal. Alright, everyone, stand clear. Fire in the hole. So, how do you like me now? How about them high-tech shooters from the mainland? Damn, what's not to like? Indeed. That was quite a demonstration. Okay, we can admire Stinger's handiwork during the trip back. Let's get our butts moving now. Wow, did you see that? Those liberation worms just blew the shit out of the gate. What gall. We'll never allow them to meet with their pope. Hey, you rebels. The Empire forbids you to enter this place. Leave now or be put to death. You atheist swine aren't fit to breathe the same air as our beloved pope. So you can stick your stupid empire up your asses because we're coming through. We have a topographical disadvantage here. Watch out for airborne enemies. Let's climb these steps and get it done. So I guess we just have to get to the top. We don't necessarily have to kill everybody. We do have some new Pegasus enemies, which are pretty beefy. Let's see. Alright. Well. Oh, just for the sake of avoiding, I don't know, we'll do that in a minute. I was gonna say, for the sake of avoiding having to replay cutscenes, if we screw up the ethics on this fight, I do actually want to drop a save state. Maybe at the end of the first turn, because there's gonna be a lot of kind of a lot of slow turns here at the start of this fight while we start inching our way forward. I'm hoping we can basically just get 1 or 2 units up to the top, and that's all we need. Instead of the whole force. Yeah, these Grand Pegasi are gonna have to die. Yeah, the Grand Pegasi are no joke. Hmm. Good, alright, one Ken Trooper down. Though I am actually worried about Shane getting demolished on the next round. Or Jenny getting demolished, for that matter. Oh, man, I'm rapidly turning into a pumpkin. Gotta be careful I don't fall asleep in my chair. Really, game? You're gonna do me like that? Nice. Good job, Royce. Ooh, holy cow. Dozing off here in the middle of the battle. Oh man. I totally lost my train of thought there. Oh, right. Alright. Another dead Pegasus. Alright, it should just be 2 stormtroopers. No, there is a Ken trooper in there. That's okay. We'll get him dead on the next round. Yeah, no big deal there. Oh, they're gonna hound Shane since he's injured. Wow, they... Ow. Ein's defense is nothing special. Hmm. Oh yeah, do we have to get the whole army up the stairs? Or is that even a victory condition? Sometimes it's not real clear what we can do to clear a battle. The Ein bullying continues as always. And level up Ferraria. Very nice. Alright, nice try. Even the cleric wants to bonk Ein. And we'll take advantage of, you know, turn order here to let the enemies stay down here, and then we'll just kind of get ahead of them. Alright, he goes 2 above. Let me, So yeah, we can just use remake 1 here. Now, Ein makes a pretty good dodge tank. Now, these guys just don't quit. we're gonna get to the top here, and only to find out that nothing happens when we move the whole army across the map. And that killing everything was the only option the whole time. Ari's gonna get bonked. Ow. There we go. Okay, that did work. Mission accomplished. 784 shells. 35 XP. Yay, Jenny leveled up. We at least got emblem neutrality on that one, so you know what, we take those. And oh boy, I am I'm turning into a pumpkin, so let's go ahead and save the game and call it a night. Alrighty, so yeah, we'll leave it there. Pick it up tomorrow. So thanks for tuning in, everybody. My name is Tim. I will see you tomorrow. VOD will be up directly. Good night.